till they're raw. When I leave this earth for good, float above the city spires, I have no reason to regret, no wires. Like a diamond in the sky, your song is in my head. Holding on to what I think the world should be instead. Knowing that your heart is mine is all I need to know. Holding on, I'm holding on, but now I'm letting go. La la la. Like a diamond in the sky, a song is in my head. Holding on to what I think the world should be instead. Knowing that your heart is mine is all I need to know. Holding on, I'm holding on, but now I'm letting go.
Hi, and welcome to City Beat. I'm Courtney Patrick, and today we have the amazing Liz Larin. Liz, how are you?
Great, great.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
You had so many awards given to you at the Detroit Music Awards this year. You absolutely cleaned house. Why don't you tell me about it? What were you nominated for, and what was the best award that you felt that you got?
I was nominated for some of them in the acoustic category, some in the rock pop category, but the funnest one was probably for the album that we just did, which a lot of Detroit players played on.
And you won Album of the Year.
Album of the Year, which I was excited because it was such a group effort, and so many great players played on it, and it really should have said Liz Larin and Friends, but
Right.
so it was fun. It was very fun.
Well, that is amazing, and you've been working so hard for so long. You've been involved with many different projects over the years, and this album really is taking off. And you mentioned earlier to me that it's been really easy for you, as opposed to some of the harder things you've gone through, and it's just flowing out. Why don't you comment on that, how this is just rolling for you?
It's wacky. It's once I started just focusing on the music and just saying, I'm not going to worry about anything else. If it's good, and every choice that I make, if it's good for the music, and it's good for the people who are around me, you know, the players that I'm playing with. Now that I'm focusing on that, everything's going really smoothly versus getting wrapped up in the music business or what you're supposed to look like, or, you know, oh, well, make a big star, and that kind of stuff. It's like,
we've all heard that.
we're not listening anymore.
Right. So how does it feel to be recognized through the Detroit Music Awards? I mean, and be recognized for all the hard work that you've been doing, finally getting some, you know, getting out there and getting all these awards. How does it feel?
I was really surprised.
Blown away by
I
all
was
the-
really surprised. You should have heard me when I first read that I got 10 nominations. First of all, it was like looking for the typo. I thought, now maybe they mixed something up here and they switched something, but it was really fun because I think one of the things about the Detroit music scene is that everybody is really supportive now. A lot of people are working with other people and
Right.
and as much as people will be supportive, they will be critical too. So I love that.
Which is
So-
a great thing, because how
Yeah.
else can you learn?
And it was a really nice sort of confirmation, like, sort of an at a girl type of thing,
Right,
All right, she's still at it. She's not gonna quit.
Right. Now the title is The Story of Old Miz, or Ol' Miz.
Yes.
And is there anything you can tell us, let us in on, what does that mean?
It's sort of a kind of a secret. I mean, it was. It just sort of meant something to me in a very bizarre way, just about this character and this person, because I have to get objective before I can do an album. I have to stand back and say, wait a minute, I know these songs are fun to play, but are they any good?
Right.
And so I had to get really objective, and I sort of look at it as this is the story of a woman who's been through a lot.
Right.
And she's been through stuff that is a little beyond words, and a lot of scary things, and all that is hidden within the title.
Let's take a minute and check out some of Liz's music from that album.
I know what you've come for. Like a whisper in your ear, telling you to walk through my door. If I told you everything, yeah, would you stay with me tonight? Na, na, na. Would you see the voices in my head? Yeah, yeah. I'm just some kind of bad dream. Well, the forecast is shallow, and a jockey old glasses cast misty days
A big thanks to Woody's Diner in downtown Royal Oak for the bountiful crew meals they provide for the volunteers working on City Beat. The kitchen staff at Woody's make their menu come alive with tempting appetizers and entrees that delight patrons year-round. Generous portions means no one leaves hungry. Woody's Diner features the world-famous Big Chief Burger and Susie Q, and there's wet goods from all over the world. The roof is on fire at Woody's in the warmer months when live music and sunshine combine for a festive atmosphere. There's something for everyone at Woody's Diner, where challenging arcade games entertain young and old alike. Old favorites like billiards and darts test your skills. Watch the big game on any of Woody's TVs or dance to the music provided by the DJ. When you visit Woody's Diner, tell the staff you saw them on City Beat. Woody's Diner is located on 5th Avenue in downtown Royal Oak.
We're back with Liz Larin. Now, Liz, the album was, you say it was easy to come out and it just kind of flowed out. How long did it take you to complete the album?
It took about, I've gotten to the point where I really believe in writing the songs over a period of time and then going out and playing them. So we played them for about a year in clubs and really got the feedback of the audiences, and not to totally quote Bob Seger, but Detroit audiences are the best. But they'll really give you criticism on what they like. And so we went out and did, I have to write a lot of music and then figure out which ones are really worth putting on a CD. So it took about a year and then about 6 months to put together. I put some of it together in my studio, and then I took it to another studio.
I see. So what is the process that you use to write? I mean, do you start out with a lick on a guitar, or do you start out with some lyrics? Or, I mean, what is the process that you go through to come up with these songs and complete them into a song?
Usually I will take my laptop, go to a really odd place and just write and write and write and write, and just the weirdest stuff comes out, and then of course I don't show it to many people. But then as I'm starting to write music, I sometimes find that they totally fit. So that's kind of the mystery of music. It's like, how come I just wrote these lyrics and they fit completely with this piece of music that I just wrote? You know? But that's usually how I write them, and then I'll work the skeleton out in my studio and then take it out live and try it out.
All right. So you are working with what kind of computer equipment do you use? What do you run through?
I have a computer-based studio using Digital Performer.
Cool.
And so I do all digital recording, and I try to use the minimum amount of instruments, because that way you can see whether the song is really going to hold up. Because, you know, if you're sitting around with an acoustic and you're kind of strumming it, like the best songs you can sit down and do that with.
Right.
So that's how I kind of
bring them down to their bare bones.
Yeah, bare bones.
And you used some samples, some live musicians sampling what they did on the album, a mixture of both. Can you tell me about that? I mean, which one did you use more? What did you lean toward?
I'm really interested in rhythms, because I think when you look at a society or a time period, you can tell a lot about them by what rhythms are happening at that time. So I was listening to a lot of grooves, and I grabbed a lot of samples, drum loops, and used those as the basis for some of the tunes. So it was kind of, probably a third of it is samples, but then I brought in live musicians who were great players and just said, play whatever you guys are feeling. And then once we went to mix, we had the combination of some of the drum loops with the live band, and we could kind of mix them.
Excellent. Who were the musicians? I know you wanted to name some of the main players that sat in on your album. Who was involved?
I'm excited to say it was James Simonson and Todd Glass.
Great players.
Yeah, and Robert Tye, who won Best Jazz Composer and Best Jazz Album this year.
Yeah, I heard. That's
and Dave Taylor on drums, and Chuck Bartels on bass. And so it was really the five guys just bringing their heart into it. And as you were saying too, it was so easy to do, because working with a great group of people, and everybody came in, and there were lots and lots of laughs. And we did it at Roscoe's, and Roscoe
okay.
just did an incredible job.
Yep,
So,
an amazing engineer.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
we recommend
Roscoe does-
him.
Yeah, Roscoe does a good job, definitely. Now, what kind of feedback have you gotten so far from the album? Is there a song that has, more people are talking about, or is there what have you heard back being the artist? I mean, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I loved it," but have you gotten
Right.
specifics from anybody?
That's a really interesting question. A lot of different songs. I mean, it seems like the radio song has been the first song, which is called No Wires,
Right.
which is interesting to me because that song is a little odd,
Right.
which comes back to the point of focus on the music and everything will be okay. Don't try to write to please other
Right.
people.
Don't try to write something
necessarily.
for the radio.
Right.
Write something
exactly.
you love.
Something you are just going
And
to
it's gonna
groove
end
it
up
on.
there.
Yeah. And then so far that one, and then a bunch of other cuts have been played too on local radio stations, and we've been sending stuff to radio stations in Germany and all kinds of stuff. And putting out a CD is like putting a message in a bottle.
Right.
It's like you just don't know where it's going to end up. And I believe in music so much that I know that if something's good, it will catch on. So all you have to do is focus on the music, and if it's not good, it'll be dead in the water. Nobody will hear about it. So
Right. Well, let's take a minute and focus on some of that music, and let's go back and listen to Liz doing some great tunes.
Dead, but still dreaming. I'm down and I'm bleeding. Only worth the seed that I can carry. Don't tell them that you found me here. Don't tell them that I'm lonely. Only love makes me real. Only you make me feel, make shrapnel from some other war, touched when we begin to move beyond this world of fear. It's okay, it's okay. I'll catch you when you fall. Love on through, meet you on the other side of it all. Away. Concrete walls and silence. As a blind child makes out a face. It's okay, it's okay. Catch you when you fall. Love on through. Meet you on the other side of it all. It's okay, it's okay. Catch you when you
Once again, we're back here with Liz Larin, and we've been talking about wonderful things. And your album looks great. I mean, the photography involved, the inside, everything. I love the look of it, the colors and everything. Now, your sister actually was the photographer behind all of that. Why don't you tell me something about her and what her influence on it?
I'm really happy to say that it was my sister, as sisters can do.
Right.
They're so honest with you.
Yes.
I
know, I have one too.
You have one too.
Yeah.
It can be very helpful. She had seen some photos that other people had done where the photographer and the makeup artist had felt I should look more like a model.
Right.
And my sister just said, "This is nonsense. Let me take some photos." And she's an award-winning videographer.
Okay.
So she has a great eye, and she just said, "Let's just make it look like you, because we're not going to fool anybody."
Right. You are.
So
But you
she
are.
just went out, and we just had a great time. And I think from now on, Patty's going to do the photos, but it's Patty Larin. And she did a great job. And then the graphic artist was very excited to get the photos. Rick Neese.
Okay, he was the graphic artist.
He was the graphic artist for
and
it.
helped put it together using her photographs. And, all that.
And he listened to
Looks
the music
great.
and he said, "I hear gold." He said, "I see gold, I see red." I was like, "Great, do it." So that's what they came up with.
Yeah, and it looks wonderful. I
Does it?
looked through it, and it's just very professional. And you have all the people that you thanked on the back, and there's a ton of them. You know,
Yeah,
you've
there's
got
a
a lot
lot
of
of
support
people
with
to
this
thank.
album, and that is so great that happened. You had some dealings with Atlantic Records throughout the years. You've actually done some CDs with them involved, and now you actually have your own record label, which is Bonadia Music.
Yes, indeed.
And tell me why you have gone away from going after the big corporate guy and gone on your own route, your own label, independence.
I wonder if a lot of people are feeling the same way that the big record labels are, by picking Britney Spears and people like that, are sort of been dictating the music that is available to us to listen, and I'm sort of rebelling.
Right.
And by starting an independent label and being an independent artist, I don't have to listen to a big guy saying, I don't know, we need to show more navel. You know,
Right,
it's
right.
like I can really focus on the music, and so far I think being an independent artist right now is really a great thing,
Right.
because labels have they don't seem to have given the audiences what they want, so
Right.
therefore
There's not much to choose
There's not
from.
much to
It's like
choose
what they
from.
say is good is somehow perceived as good when there's so
Yeah.
much music that
And
people
they're-
don't hear.
right, and they're shoving a lot of stuff down our throats, saying, "Oh no, this is the best thing." You're saying, "I
Yes.
don't like it though."
Yeah, and the internet and rap really had
Yeah.
a lot to do with bringing down that whole
Right.
strong arm of the record label and the big record deal being the only way.
Right, exactly.
And
Because
now-
rap artists went right to their audience,
Right.
and they didn't deal with the major labels,
Right.
and they made things happen. So it's like
It's all
we can do
changing.
it on our own.
Yeah, and it's changing in
It's slow and it's a lot of work.
for the artist, though.
Right.
It's definitely going in the realm of getting a bigger variety of music out there for
Yes.
people to listen to rather than what this cookie cutter
Right. Exactly.
industry feels should be the number one thing and pounding
Right.
that into people's brains.
Exactly. And how many times have you heard like a hit album, and then you hear 5 or 10 bands that sound exactly like it, because that's what the record labels are thinking. Well, we're
Until
going to
it's
make money with
played
this,
out.
and it's like it's not just about the money; it's
Yeah.
about the music.
Yes,
So
definitely about the music. Now you play every Wednesday night at Goodnight Gracie's, and that is a solo project. You're doing acoustic.
playing
yourself.
solo, where I can luckily I can play there every Wednesday. It's in Royal Oak, around the corner from the Royal Oak Music Theater.
Right.
And I get to try out music, so I try to write a tune every Wednesday.
Oh,
so now
cool.
people are showing up saying, "Oh, you
What's
know,
the new
what's the
tune?"
new one?" It's like,
Right.
"Well, I've just got a verse and a chorus. What do you think?" You know, and they go, "I like that, but maybe not that." So it's, "Oh, great, thank you."
Now you said it's almost like a living room atmosphere
It is.
where
It's-
people are giving you feedback.
Absolutely, and the most fun that I have is when somebody walks up right after a song and just says, "I like that one. Is that on the CD? I want to
Right.
buy your CD." It's like,
Right.
oh, that's great, cool. I like that.
That's very cool. And then you play bass and guitar, which is your main instrument.
Kind of both are kind of main. I like to play bass as a rhythm section, but when I'm singing, I like to play other instruments. So guitar mostly. It's easier to front the band playing that.
Right. So do you
But if the
write a lot
keyboards-
using your bass?
Almost everything I write with keys, anything. I even just sit there with a shaker.
Right.
Just
to get the idea out.
Yeah.
So, all other gigs that you perform with your band, which
Yes.
is it always the same players when you play out?
It has been different players, and I'm happy to say a lot of great players got to know the gig.
Right.
And so if somebody's not available, somebody else is. But so far lately, it's been John Dunn on bass, Dave Taylor on drums, and Robert Ty. And
Well, it sounded wonderful. It sounds great.
Isn't it a great band? I'm pretty excited.
It is. And you guys
I'm
sound
bragging,
great
but-
live, and you put on a good show, and you look great. So everything is in place. You're
Yeah.
doing very well.
It's been very fun.
What are your plans for the future?
We are really going to, as I said, focus on the music, and I love to just go out to unsuspecting audiences and walk into a room and, you know, take the band and just start playing and see if people like it. So we're basically going out and playing a bunch of other cities and stuff like that, and we'll see. Maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't, but if
Right.
they don't, that's fine too. But
Right.
you know,
Keep on playing.
just keep on
trucking.
going.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today,
Thank
Liz.
you.
You've done a wonderful job. Your album is great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching City Beat. And don't go away. We've got plenty more Liz coming right up.
You drop me like an atom bomb, just so you can see all my little splintered selves angry with me. In another atmosphere, takes. Stands demanding more. Did you say you were mesmerized by the things she said? Did you see she danced for you, took you to a bed? Then I heard you justify things that matter most. You a little paranoid, aren't you like those? But I can't see just the beauty of man's garden. Heaven bless me with the beauty of Mary's garden. Take it back, the things she said. I've been sleeping with shards of glass in my head. Take it back, the things you said. I've been living with you, dancing in my head. Now I'm just a skipping stone, skipping on a lake. I would give you everything. There's nothing left to take. Did you say you were mesmerized by the things she said? Did you say she danced for you, took you to a bed? Then I how you justify things that matter most. You a little paranoid, aren't you like those? But I can't see just the beauty of Mary's garden. Heaven blessed me with the beauty of Mary's garden. 'Cause I can't see the beauty of Mary's garden. Heaven blessed me. Heaven blessed me. Oh yeah. Baby, I didn't understand. It's in your heart, it's in your hand. You pack right past the door like you don't notice. Forest green and ivory, it's distant as a memory. Have you ever seen your world when it's in focus? Falling like a golden boy, hanging on to anything. Ain't much to do, she lets go. Time to cooperate. It's in your heart, it's in your faith, but the tunnel's darkened down. You can't find a match to light your lamp. Having to breathe out to breathe in. Feel this way, it's no sin. But you can't fight something you can't see. Make up mistook me for a boy. To be so near and yet so far away. If I could, I'd kiss you now. I'd kiss you hard, I'd kiss you deep. Don't tell me that my plans are crazy. Don't tell me that I might as well get some sleep. Don't tell me you don't know what I'm thinking. You're the only one who's ever got this deep. Don't tell me that I'm cute when I'm angry. Don't tell me I remind you of someone else. Don't tell me that I got to get grounded. There's just something I gotta say. You mistook me for a boy. I walk your halls in my mind. Slip in your room and watch you sleep. Is it love or is it crime? Don't tell me that my plans are crazy. Don't tell me that I might as well get some sleep. Don't tell me you don't know what I'm thinking. You're the only one who's ever got this deep. Don't tell me
A big thanks to Woody's Diner in downtown Royal Oak for the bountiful crew meals they provide for the volunteers working on City Beat. The kitchen staff at Woody's make their menu come alive with tempting appetizers and entrees that delight patrons year-round. Generous portions means no one leaves hungry. Woody's Diner features the world-famous Big Chief Burger and Susie Q, and there's wet goods from all over the world. The roof is on fire at Woody's in the warmer months when live music and sunshine combine for a festive atmosphere. There's something for everyone at Woody's Diner, where challenging arcade games entertain young and old alike. Old favorites like billiards and darts test your skills. Watch the big game on any of Woody's TVs or dance to the music provided by the DJ. When you visit Woody's Diner, tell the staff you saw them on City Beat. Woody's Diner is located on 5th Avenue in downtown Royal Oak.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, it kills over 1,500 people every year and injures 71,000 more. Inadequate sleep has been linked to health and safety risks, even premature death. But today, new treatments are helping millions get the sleep they need. So talk to your doctor or take our free risk assessment on the web at sleepfoundation.org. Sleep deprivation. It's real, it's dangerous, and it's more treatable than ever.
And yearning for emotion. This movie is X-rated. Under cover of the darkness, I can't feel you, only taste you. You love, hate to be a player, like you can buy 1,000,000 hours. Devour you. So go on, tell me that you need me. Go on, tell me that you can't sleep. The demons, they torment you. I'm pulling you apart. 'Cause I only feel you. Hold my heart under the water. Then you tease me till I turn blue. Just like nothing is the matter.